Welcome to another episode of the APX Podcast. Today we have a very special guest coming all the way from Taguig. Please introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Zenneth Ochavo. I'm a virtual assistant, actually an HR virtual assistant in VaVaVoom. It's one of the services that Awaken to Business is offering. So it's a UK-based company, and of course, most of our clients here are from the UK.
Before we even dive into your professional career, why don't you tell us who is Zen outside the VA world?
Well, I'm a mother to a 6-year-old very active son named Raya and to a 1 year and 5-month-old Shipu named Shadow. And also, I'm an ESL teacher, an online seller, and an insurance agent. I love scrapbooking. I also love crafting and singing to my son and
Wow,
husband because they have no choice but to listen.
that's cute. So you literally have three jobs?
Yes, I do.
We have another super mom here. So how long have you been managing all three jobs?
That was the start of the pandemic when I lost my job. And then, yeah, because all these three jobs are work from home, so it's very easy to manage.
So
So,
before the pandemic, what before being a VA and the pandemic, what was your typical life was your job local or was it still online?
it's local. I work in a corporate, so I was an operations admin assistant back then in an entertainment industry. So if you're familiar with Quezania, Manila, so yeah, I worked there for 5 years. Yeah, however, due to the pandemic, it had to close.
Oh, but that gave you an opportunity to work online.
Yes, actually, that was probably I think a month after when if I still remember it right, we were already not allowed to go to work in March of 2020, but technically we were actually still paid until the August.
Oh,
Yeah, so but we yeah that was that was I remembered. And then while waiting, because of course as I'm a breadwinner, so losing a job is a big no-no. Yeah, so what I did was, but it never stressed me naman. Yeah, I know God would provide. Okay, so I think that time, because prior to that, I was already an ESL teacher. Yeah, that was my very first job right after I graduated in college. So, while waiting, I already contacted my students back then. So because I ended my job there with mothers as students, so they became my friends. So I contacted one of them and I told her like, "Hey, I lost my job. Can you please tell your sons to study with me, study English with me?" And then yes, to my surprise, she said yes.
wow.
And she called her sisters-in-law, her friends. Let your children study with Teacher Zen. I know her. Yeah, something like that. So I got a pool of students. Yeah, but still, I still have more time. I still had more
Yeah.
time that time.
Is this when you were teaching, or up to now you're teaching ESL? Was
Yes.
this well prior to the pandemic? Was this online or was this in person
Oh,
tutoring?
well, prior to pandemic, I already had students face to face.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yes, but just like they're sisters, so just one class.
Okay.
Yeah, and then also because of the pandemic, they had to go back to their country. Yeah, and then but still, yeah, it's really great, meeting them as well because even they already went back to their country, they still asked me to continue teaching their children online.
Online. Oh, that's
Yes,
wonderful.
yeah.
And up to this day, you still
Yes,
teach.
I'm still teaching them. So same
Wow.
students since the pandemic. Yeah.
Yeah, that's you're very I mean, it's something to be proud of. And aside from ESL, you're a VA in VaVaVoom,
Yes.
uh, core team, I
Yes. Part of
presume.
the core team.
Okay, and HR.
And yes, as an one of the HR assistants in VaVaVoom.
During the pandemic, when you were looking for work, did you expect that you were going to be a VA?
Not at all at first.
Please describe your journey on how it steered you to become a VA.
Yes, because as I mentioned a while ago, I still had more time, and I actually not really like having more idle time. So I started joining some freelancing groups, a lot of freelancing groups. Then I came across this mama group. If you're familiar with FH
Yes.
Moms. Yeah, so I was a tambay there. Yeah, so if I had a lot of free time, I would go to FH Moms. I attended their webinars, and then I joined a lot of their contests, and then I actually received free courses as prizes. So
Wow.
I took them, and then yes, I actually collected a lot of certificates from FH Moms. So I am really grateful up to now to FH Moms, and that's actually where I met VaVaVoom.
Interesting. So is
Yes.
that where you met Andrea?
Yes, not yet. Okay, it's like I think I remembered because I said, "Oh, I already had experience. I already know." Because I think when I engaged in FH Moms, that's actually where I started hearing about virtual assistants. I didn't know about that, and I was like thinking, maybe can I do this? It's so different. I've been in the corporate for 15 years. So I don't know how it works, how they will work, or how a VA works. So and then as time passes by, I learned, this is the tool, these are the tools, this is how the VA works. So I started, submitting my CVs.
Yes.
But then I actually also experienced a lot of rejections. Yeah, it's because I didn't have any VA experience. So one time I thought I would be really accepted at this company, but then I got a rejection letter. So I posted it there. And then I said, oh, another rejection. So blah blah blah. And then at the end I said, but I will still not give up. So I said, I will eventually find a job that will make me a real VA, something like that. And then one of the mamas who is also a member of the group commented the link of VaVaVoom. Here, sis, you can apply here.
Oh.
Yes, of all the comments, yeah, that's the only link
Yeah.
that was posted there. So I immediately clicked it, and then followed everything. Like I did the exam, and it was just a smooth process until I went to the initial interview. Then, of course, the final interview. So I got to meet Andrea there, and then until I passed everything, the training, then come client interviews. So if I remembered, if I remembered it right, also I think I've been into 4 or 5 client interviews in VaVaVoom, but still, I couldn't get any client. Yes,
Oh.
because again, I am a zero V experience. So maybe I don't have any experience yet. But that is that also the thing that I would say I am, very, very grateful to Andrea as well. Actually, prior to that, like after getting, rejections after rejections, I said, oh, maybe VA is not really for me. So maybe I'm not really into the VA industry. But still, I still continued. Yeah, and good thing. That's why I said I'm grateful to Andrea because she also didn't give up on me. Yeah, and I think yeah, if I remember, I passed everything in July of 2021, but I got a client in October of 2021. So, that's the timeline. And then she told me that, oh, maybe that's why Andrea said, that's why you're not being picked by these clients because you are actually meant for the core team. That the CEO of VaVaVoom will be the one to hire you.
There's a reason for everything,
Yes.
and
Yeah.
the whole process is it's it's basically the whole process of applying, especially if you have no experience. It's you need to go through the rejections. And
Absolutely.
is this your very first job as a VA?
Yes.
And you've been with VaVaVoom for how many years now?
I've been with VaVaVoom for 2 years now. I actually, turned two last October. So,
Congratulations.
yes, I'm still in VaVaVoom and I'm proud VaVaVoom VA.
Oh, well, I'm looking forward for more years with VaVaVoom.
Absolutely.
And I'm pretty sure a lot of other moms, especially the ones who are part of FH moms, the newbies especially, could learn a lot from you. And I heard from VaVaVoom management that you're one of the top performing core teams. Of course, Andrea. And thank you for coming to this podcast, making the time and all that. When starting as a VA, what were your struggles apart from being rejected? Can you explain can you explain further on when you started? Did you start as an HR directly?
No, I started as an SMM assistant. Yeah, it's because I already had as I mentioned, I am an online seller. So I already had my own page. I already have an idea with, with social media management.
Okay.
So so that's where I used it as one of one of the things that I put in my CV. Okay, and I started as that, and of course, prior to that, I only had basic knowledge about graphics, because of course, as an SMM, you also need to know about graphics design, because you're gonna be creating images. So I started from there. So I learned everything, I learned everything from VaVaVoom. That's why I'm also grateful of VaVaVoom, because the core value of VaVaVoom, the main core value of VaVaVoom, which is support, that really resonates to everyone inside, So they would really push you. If they see the potential in you, they would really push you. Oh, I know you can do it. So that's it. So wow, that gives also us a drive to learn more, to upskill, to do better.
They're very supportive.
Yes, very supportive.
And I think the most important thing is, even with the support, you should never learn to quit.
Absolutely.
Right? And there's a good reason for that. You were hired by the CEO of VaVaVoom itself.
Yes.
So you were an ESL teacher. Now you're the HR in VaVaVoom. And you did mention that you're an online seller.
Yes.
What do you sell?
Skincare. Yeah, because during the pandemic, skincare items really became a boom. Yeah, so I also joined the flow. Yeah, so basically I started online selling also just to help my sisters in the province. So I was the one who do it here in Manila. Then I actually send the products in the province.
Wow, that's wonderful. I also remember you did mention that not only that you sell skincare, but what else do you sell?
Insurance.
Wow, super mom. Four things at a time. And how do you manage doing all four things?
Yeah, for that, the very first thing that's why I'm able to manage all this is because I really have a strong support system. So I have my husband, and what else? I love organizing things too. So I'm able to organize everything. Like since, for example, for my ESL classes, they are all direct clients. So I'm not working in the agency. With my ESL students. So I can, for example, I have a very important meeting here at my VA job. I can just message them. Can we move our class on this at this time? Yeah, something like that. So it's very easy.
You have the flexibility.
Yes, very flexible. So same with my VA also. It's
Okay.
very flexible too. We just have a fixed time when it comes to meetings. So that's the fixed time. But all the rest of my tasks very flexible. I can do in the morning during my vacant time. Yeah.
So I think that's one of the secrets. What's your go-to app to organize your time and activities?
Oh well, for that app, we have the Trello, of course, the calendar, the Google Calendar. Yeah, I use them. Yes, I utilize them. But yeah, I'm still a person who loves diary. Yeah. So yeah,
Very classic. But I believe writing it down on a piece of paper or a diary or a planner these days is way more effective than using an app because everyone
yes,
now has stuff on their calendar. They don't even look at the calendar
yes,
anymore. But what they do is if they write it down, they tend to remember, even if there's no
yes. That's
alarm.
me.
Yeah. I think
Yeah.
that's, I think everyone should still practice that, writing things down. I remembered when I interviewed Pastor Arnell, and the way he would learn was notepads,
No,
yellow
no.
pads.
Yes, that's me too.
He would he would write everything that he learned. And I think that's one of the main reasons why people get to remember things and learn and understand things, unlike note taking in your phone, because there's full of distractions on the phone.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, yes.
Uh,
That's true.
I love it how traditional you are, how classic it is. People think it's cliche, but it's not.
Yes.
It's what works, especially for mothers like you. And I think even fathers. What about your husband? Is he a VA as well?
Not yet at the moment, but he's very interested. So right now, he's a house husband. He's really a hands-on dad and a husband to us and Raya. So that's why I mentioned, yeah, I'm able to do these jobs because, well, first because of him.
Shout out to another super parent.
Yes.
This time it's not a mom, it's a dad, and
Yes.
proud to be one
Yes.
just like
Yes, I'm very proud of my husband.
yes. A lot of guys, what your husband did was great sacrifice because a lot of guys wouldn't accept the fact that they could be a house
Yes,
husband.
true.
But I do have a couple of friends who are close to me who are house husbands, but they do a pretty good job raising the kids, and the kids turned out great, better than most. So we also can do mother's work.
Yes, and very meticulous.
Oh yes, I know we are. We're also very overprotective
Yeah,
too,
yes,
especially
overprotective. Oh, yeah.
whether it's a son or daughter. Daughter mostly, yeah.
Yes, yes. I agree.
So it's great. What during this time as a VA in VaVaVoom, what are your next plans in the next couple of months, next couple of years? Are you planning to go after HR? What's next for you?
Oh, okay. Yes. Well, everyone actually aims not to just, be stagnant and stay on the comfort zone. So, well, after HR, yeah, because here in VaVaVoom, we have also growth there. Yeah, because I mentioned from SMM, I am now as one of the HR assistants. So most probably, a team leader. if if I already have the quality of that, because as a VA we always have to keep up with the trend, so we need to upskill too. So not just saying that, oh, I want to be like this, or I want to be in that kind of growth without also upskilling. So that's it.
What would your top three advice you would give for VAs, beginner VAs or newbies who have been struggling through rejections with looking for a job or clients?
Well, my top three advice to the VA aspirants out there. First, never quit. You know, the journey of becoming a successful virtual assistant is rarely without obstacles. So if you really are aspiring to become a VA, why quit a god?
Yeah.
Push. Okay, you know, those who actually refuse to give up increase actually their chances of reaching their goals. So that's it, based on my own experience. Okay, second, hone your skills. Okay, continuously, or yeah, you have to continue to develop and refine your skills to stay competitive in this very, challenging virtual industry. And of course, as a VA, as I mentioned a while ago, we need to keep up with the trends. So if you're not yet a VA right now, continue joining groups, freelancing groups, learn from tenured VAs, and then do your research. We have YouTube. Yeah, we have the Google. So already try searching the common VA tool or the tools applications that most VAs are using. Because for example, even you're a newbie, like here in VaVaVoom, we accept newbies. Okay, unlike there are still other companies who actually don't hire zero V experience. I experienced that too. So yeah, that's why I'm grateful here in VaVaVoom. They accept zero V experience. So, but still, even you're a zero V experience, it's still a plus point. Okay, if the recruiter already knows or feels that you really are interested to become a VA, because while you're still a zero VA, you already know a lot of tools. So that means
Yes.
you are already investing in yourself. Yeah, to become successful later in your VA career.
Yes.
So that's it. And third, that integrity and having the attitude of gratitude. Why
I love that.
integrity? Yeah, it's because our clients rely on us to handle their sensitive informations, manage the tasks efficiently, and also aside from that, also to handle their businesses professionally.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's for integrity. And for gratitude, having the attitude of gratitude, well, embracing gratitude is not just about being nice naman, but, you know, by cultivating this gratitude in our professional journey, it actually amplifies our impact, foster resilience, and also it actually cultivates, you know, the productive and also yung journey,
Yeah.
our journey or career in the virtual assistance industry. So that's it. That's all. That's for me. The advice that I can share to those VA aspirants.
Wise words from another supermom, VA. I have a I had a curious question. When you were applying for VA jobs, were there not VA jobs that offered ESL positions? Or is ESL not part of the VA industry or VA space?
Not yet.
Not yet.
Yeah. As I remember, like ESL, they have their like separate platform. Yeah. So like if you say, oh, I'm gonna look for some VA jobs or VA niches, so you can only see SMM, graphic design, general virtual assistant, SEO, not yet for ESL.
And in order for you to be an ESL teacher, are you required to have or to be a graduate of education or communications? What's the deal there?
Based on my experience, the number one thing that I actually see, of course, is your communication skills. Yeah, because these learners, particularly Koreans and Japanese, they would hire a teacher with good communication, particularly pronunciation. So that matters to them.
Do they look for credentials? Like, are you a graduate or
Not really.
degrees? Okay.
Not really.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just like aha point.
Right.
Yeah, aha. If they see, oh, she or he is graduate of this, it's okay. Yeah, but not really. They look.
It's just a
Yeah,
bonus
it's just a
on
bonus.
paper. Any advice on, especially to mothers who, of course, I know a lot of VAs once they land a job, they still find extra time, just like yourself. Any advice to mothers or newbies who'd like to do business outside their VA career, just like you, skincare and insurance?
Yeah. Well, for those mothers who also think of that, you have to make sure that you really have an extra time. Okay, that you won't sacrifice the of course the job that you have currently. So you have to make sure that you really have. I mean, you have that. What do you call this? Like the ample time to do another thing outside your work. Like, say, for example, you have two kids already. So, and then you are doing, let's say, a VA job. So it would also depend on the time that you're working as a VA right now. So you have to assess. So, like, okay, I'll give example on my own experience. Since I'm working for a UK client, so it's mid shift. It's not graveyard.
Okay.
Yeah, so I can still sleep 8 to 10 hours a day. Even I have an ESL, and even I work as an insurance agent.
I think I think a lot of VAs now envy you. 8 to 10? I
Yes.
envy you.
So yes, that's so true. So that's why it's manageable. And I also don't know how, because I would actually see and read posts from other VAs that they also had a hard time, since their time really is not that how do you call this, like, of course, for example, if it's graveyard and they have children, two children, let's say school, they still have to go to school, so they prepare them to go to school. So probably it depends on the time, the schedule.
But I think I know your secret. You have a very supportive husband.
Yes, that's it. You are right.
So to all the mothers
Yes.
there, make sure you have a
Yes.
supportive
Oh,
husband.
yes, number one. Yeah, number one, very supportive
I
husband.
think it's very common that people keep telling each other that behind every, I think, strong, a successful
Successful.
man, there's a woman
Woman.
behind it. Right now, it's different. Behind every successful mom is a very supportive husband.
Yes. I would agree on that.
Well, I would do well, shout out to your husband on that.
Yes. And one more thing, of course, because I forgot to mention this a while ago, that my entire VA journey, my freelancing journey, I would say that this is actually a blessing and a leading, God's blessing and leading to us, because everything is just spontaneous. So yeah, prior to this, we prayed hard. Yeah, because when the time when I lost my job, and of course I'm the breadwinner, so I said it should be a no. Yeah, losing a job is a no, and it's like I should not be vacant. So we need to find ways. So yeah, so God led us to everything. So it's like, for me, I would say that God also organized my schedule. So that's it.
I want to go back to the topic of insurance. You're a financial advisor
Yeah,
for PruLife.
that's it.
What would your advice be to other VAs, moms and dads, newbies, and even non VAs, people in other careers, in other industries? I assume that you're insured, you and your whole family.
Absolutely.
It's so rare, especially for Filipinos, to actually get insurance, especially for VAs, because their belief is insurance is just an extra expense and it doesn't do us any good. Even if you even if they're offered insurance with investment, they still don't see the big picture on long term. What would your advice for people in the VA career? What would your advice be for them in regards to insurance?
Well, for insurance, the the biggest advice that I can give would be, while you're still young and healthy, get now. Yeah, it's because, life insurance comes with health and age. So while you're still young, you don't feel anything yet because, of course, nobody knows. We don't know when the sad things happen. So when you say sad things, that's an acronym for sickness, accident, death, and disablement. So nobody knows, right? So while we're still, earning, yeah, even we have insurance. Well, you can find first. You have to find a financial advisor or insurance agent that you see that she or he will be with you all throughout your financial journey. So that's the very first thing. And of course, the insurance agent that can tell you everything, be transparent with the policy that you're gonna be getting, and also the one who can actually give you a a plan that suits your budget too. So there's always something that will suit our budget. So there's actually not no insurance that, oh, that's very expensive. Okay, more expensive when we get sick and we have nothing in our pocket,
Yes.
to shell out to pay for the medicine, for the doctor. It's more expensive than that you're having already, paying every day. It's not actually an expense. It will be an expense for now, but later that expense will be the bill that will pay those, those things that we don't know when they're gonna come, like what I mentioned: death, accident, okay, hospitalization. So better to get it now that you are still young and healthy.
Great advice. So for everyone who wants to apply for a Pru Life insurance, you may contact Zen. I'm pretty sure Zen comes in highly recommended. So I'm sure she could guide you all throughout your financial journeys, your investments. Just to add on insurance, if I believe part of that advice would be great for the next generation. So if you don't want to get insurance yourself, then why not get insurance for your next of kin, your
Yes.
sons, your daughters? I
Absolutely.
think they have a much more based on age. If you're already a
Yes.
parent, I think they have much more. We would say much more benefit. They would benefit much more on the insurance policies over if you get one for yourself, especially if you're probably mid 30s
Yes.
above. Nothing's too late,
Yes.
but I believe if you're already a senior citizen,
Oh, that's so
it's
hard.
it's too. I think what you need to get is a life plan,
Yes, a life plan.
not insurance anymore. Yes, but I believe insurance is very important. It's just sad to say that we can't be educated enough to actually understand how important it is.
That's true.
I don't think it's just insurance. I think it's benefits,
Yeah.
government benefits. We know all VAs, when they work, or not only VAs, people that work remotely
Yes.
don't get the benefits, the government benefits
Yes.
automatically. So you have to invest in your time just to voluntarily contribute.
True.
But not most are they see it as an extra expense. At least get Phil Health, at
Yeah.
least contribute to that because that's big help as well. Immediate
Yes.
help from the hospitals, and I think our listeners should learn from you on how you invest for your family long
Yes.
term, and that they should never quit on because
Yes.
it's beneficial for everyone.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Is there anyone you would like to thank or you'd like to do a bit of a shout out, any gratitude to the people out there, to our listeners, to your friends, families?
First, the very first thing would be my husband, my number one supporter.
Super dad.
Yes, yes. So that's why I'm very very vocal that I'm able to do this work from home jobs because he's there. Yeah, he's there. He's actually the one who's very hands on. Yeah, at home. That's why I can only focus. Yeah, to the jobs that I'm having right now. Second, of course, yes, to VaVaVoom, to my VaVaVoom family. Well, number one, of course, to Andrea, because she was the very first one who believed in me when I was almost about to quit and I didn't believe myself. Yeah, he was the one. She was the one rather to see the potential in me that I didn't see at first. So that's Andrea. And of course, the entire VaVaVoom, particularly our CEO, who's very number one, yeah, supportive for us all in the core or in the whole VaVaVoom. And I would say that working in VaVaVoom is also a great blessing. I always say this. Yeah, it's because well, as I mentioned, they are very supportive. So I was a zero VA experience when I first stepped in VaVaVoom. So I would say now I already gained a lot, and everything that I learned about virtual, assistants, also came from VaVaVoom. So, and also the FH moms, because of FH moms, I get to meet VaVaVoom, and I was able to be with VaVaVoom until now.
Thank you, FH moms.
Yes. Yes.
Sooner
So
or
mommy
later,
and Kay.
sooner or later, we're gonna have FH dads
Yes.
too.
Yeah. So yeah, that's it.
Zen, you've been wonderful. Thank you for making the time to our podcast. I know you're a very busy mom, but gets 10 hours of sleep. We
Yes.
appreciate your presence. We enjoyed your story, and we'll see you soon on March, I believe.
Yes.
When Richard comes, I think I believe
Yes.
all of you guys are going to be at the event.
Yes, absolutely. That would be our Ascend training. So yeah, if there are still VA aspirants there, yeah, I invite you to join our Ascend training on March 10th. So we will be meeting our VaVaVoom CEO. That's Richard.
And I believe there is a discussion, a presentation about AI on the event. So I
Absolutely.
think that's a very interesting discussion that I think people, especially VAs, should attend and
Yes.
figure out, because a lot of VAs are afraid, oh, we're going to be replaced
Yes,
by
true.
AI. But the one thing they don't know about is they will be replaced by AI
If
with the people that use AI, right?
yes,
So that is
absolutely.
the,
So they will learn more about that.
yes. All right. Zen, again, thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Sir Philip, to have me here and to have this opportunity joining your podcast. Thank you.